This seminary is a theological seminary that shifts, makes transitions. It liberates. It forces you to not just speak and be considerate of the person's spirit, but of person's situations. This is an institution that seeks to make change, that seeks to set free those who are oppressed, and who seeks to transform one by one from the inside of the institution to the outside of the institution. I tell you, if you come to the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology, you will have no regrets.
Embrace the challenge.
Enjoy the journey at the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology
At Virginia Union University.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. We are in Atlanta, Georgia for our first Compelling Preaching Grant Regional, and one of our presenters, my guy, Dr. Charles Goodman is with us. He's presenting this morning. Thank you for being here.
Man, it's an honor, Dean, Bishop, Big Bruh, so many things, man. It's just a privilege to be here to share.
All those titles. Quickly, why is theological education important?
I think it's significant because we need a well-trained pulpit that can try to reimagine the contemporary pew to help them understand this relationship between ourselves and God. And I think that we have so many different things that are happening in the world that demand us to be stretched beyond our comfort level. I think that's what theological education does. And anyone who says, well, I don't need it, I'll just rely on this, rely on that, I think it's foolish. Because I think when we submit to the process, it engages the opportunity for us to be stretched and be all that God wants us to be. So I'm a proponent. Well, you know, I got so many degrees because I just think it's important to grow. I think it's in growth. And I also think a lot of times, the more you know, the fact you realize you don't know much. And that's the beauty of this journey. Yeah. So I'm grateful in the opportunity I have. I'm an advocate. I know what you're doing at Virginia Union has been phenomenal. I was saying that to you earlier, that you have done a great job of convincing people who in other moments and seasons don't think they need it to realize the importance of it. And I think it's important.
So what has been your motivation to be a continual learner with all of your success? I mean, you have a thriving church. You are now you are now in line to be president of Hampton University Ministers Conference. You are a leader in theological education at United. What keeps pushing you to be a continual learner?
I think at the end of the day, the thirst of it, I want to be the best that I can be. I think we all understand that God graces each of us with capacity. And I don't feel like I've reached that capacity. And so I'm always trying to grow and learn to evolve. I told my church the other day, I said, one of the things that at this point of my life is I don't have a desire to be right. I have a desire to grow more and mature more. How I encounter God at 25 is different than how I encounter God at 45. My different experiences, life that I go through, forces me to keep coming to that moment where I just want to know, God, what is now? And what does now lead to the not yet? Right? That's always evolving. I think that for anyone who endeavors to grow with this tension of being and becoming at the same time. So I never view myself in some ways that people view me. I try to just grow, and it's through my discipleship. I tell people all the time, you can look at all the titles you want, but we're all simply called to be disciples. And so regardless of being a pastor, bishop, teacher, leader, we're called to be disciples. And it's a ever-growing, never-ending, expansive moment. So that's what really pushes me.
One or two more questions. What is the future of the Black church? What is as you work with pastors? and I'm not going to call the name of the school, but as you work with pastors,
It's cool.
that's my petty moment.
Yeah.
Embrace it. So as you work with pastors, not just in the academy, but throughout the country,
Yeah.
Black church, future,
Yeah.
present.
Well, first of all, I'm an apologist for the church. I love the church. I'm
Yeah.
a church baby who loves the church in all of its idiosyncrasies. I love the church. I believe the Black church is the hope of the world.
Nice.
There is something that we can offer through our lived experiences, through the fervency of our worship, through the passion of our preaching, through the social commentary that we can offer, that we vacillate unhindered, I feel, that we can be priest, prophet, and king, royalty in the same way, that we can prophetically speak in this moment, but also as priests, we can comfort those who are afflicted and afflict those who are comfortable. So I feel like that's the beauty of the Black church. And I feel like we can do it like no one else. So I believe that our best days are ahead of us. I really told some friends of mine, I said, man, I know all the things that we hear about, but I believe we're getting ready to enter into the greatest time for the Black church. Revival is hitting us, and it takes strong people who have engaged, who are challenged, who are growing, that's going to be able to lead this movement. And so I'm hoping that's what we can build upon. So I believe the best days are here for the Black church.
I want to close, first of all, by saying to you how proud I am. You know, I've known you for over 20 years. I've seen you emerge and evolve. And someone who's now 60 and, you know, pointing towards exit, at least from all that I do, I am confident that we're in good hands. So my final question is, what do you ultimately believe that preaching ought to be doing today?
Challenging people for real, authentic transformation.
Nice.
I believe that. That once again engages people to make a change into the world. I really believe this. Change people, change the world. So our preaching doesn't change the world per se, but it changes people. And change people, change the world. So that's been a preaching motto for me that I am holding fast to. You never know how a word will be able to get somebody to engage. Maybe I can't preach to so-and-so or this or that, but that person who hears should be perked enough to make that change, to do something. It ought to lead into something. So that's what I think great preaching does, because change people, change the world, and preaching changes people.
And your preaching is changing people.
Yeah.
And it's changing the world. Listen, thank you so much. And we got to go to work now.
Got to go to work.
But I want to say thank you for watching. Please share this. And listen, November 11th through the 14th, we're going to be engaging in a conference that changes people. Ellison Jones Convocation. One of your brothers.
One of my friends, Dr. Parks, will be there.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's going to be amazing.
It's amazing.
And we're looking forward. So register. It's, you know, registration is on the screen. So register. Thank you, man.
Man, thank you so much, Bishop.
For life.
Dean, my friend, big brother, always forever.
For life. God bless you. And we'll be talking to you soon.